Jewelry can say many things on your wedding day. As a wedding band, it can say, "This is a forever symbol of our forever love." As a gift to your wedding party, it can say, "Thanks for standing up there with us." Blue Nile can help you find the piece that says it all and says it beautifully, with expert guidance and a wide assortment of jewelry of the highest quality at the best price. Go to BlueNile.com and experience the convenience of shopping Blue Nile, the original online jeweler since 1999. That's BlueNile.com.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 up front for 3 months plus taxes and fees. Promo rate for new customers for limited time. Unlimited more than 40 gigabytes per month. Slows full terms at mintmobile.com.
Oh yeah, new schoolers, we're doing it again. But tonight, Phil and I are giving flowers to the super legend, TJ Schiller. So I'm going to type this in, pin it, Schiller. Then we're going to give Phil a call right now. So we're going to do that, and then I got to pin it somehow. Pin it. Now I'm going to call the Phil. Casabon, accept it. We're stoked tonight, guys. We super stoked. I think Phil's going to pop in on the screen. Stick around, man. We got TJ Schiller.
Oh, the background, man.
Yeah, we're going straight Armada tonight for TJ Schiller.
Bomb. Skiers and snow lovers. Peace. Eric, how are we doing?
Oh, man, we are so stoked. We're on such a roll, man. We had such an awesome show last week. We got such an awesome show this week. I'm just fucking perma-stoked on a Wednesday.
Me too, man. Game night. So, people say that you smoke more than Sir Smoke a Lot.
Sir Smoke a Lot. That's Bibby. Fuck yeah. Bibby, if you're watching, Sir Smoke a Lot.
Word. Hell yeah. Man. What herbs are you smoking on tonight? You got some new?
Not new, but tonight we going with big up Ross Jacob, that Dark Horse Farms. Oh, man. And we smoking that CBD Moon Rocks from Dark Horse. We're fucking perma-stoked. Bullet. So, who do we have tonight, Phil?
What's good? Well, there was a time in life when there was an abundance of open contests, meaning anybody could enter. You remember those days?
Yeah, U.S. Open days were wicked.
Yeah, U.S. Open.
There's a bunch of opens. East Coast Open, fucking European Open, lots of them.
NZ Open, Nippon Open, gave the opportunity for unknown skiers a platform to just boost their career and elevate it. The man we got on tonight is the quintessential underdog of skiing. For real. He came up unknown and just beat all the icons, highest achiever, most paid athletes. David versus Goliath. Crush. Style is impeccable. He's known for going massive. He's a U.S. Open.
Tweets mute grabs.
Yeah, over-tweet mute grabs. He's got his never been done before. He's got many of them. He's got his own grabs. He's got pro model fits from head to toe. Style's impeccable. Once again, we give him flowers tonight.
TJ motherfucking Schiller. Man, we just got to give him a call. That's what we do. So, TJ, if you're watching right now, I dial your name, and then you answer, and then it's great. TJ Schiller, invite. Then I close it, and he should show up, and then bottom cuts, then it goes over. We'll see if he shows up, and if he does, we super duper stoked. TJ, boom, bomb, connect.com. You can't be sideways. Gotta go vertical.
I am. Holy shit,
TJ.
Iberg. Phil.
How are you?
Been a minute, boys.
Lot of minutes, but
Love hearing that.
Iberg, you got
your
the
voice.
quiver behind you, dude.
Yeah, I was like, man, like, what do we got here? We got some JP, Julians. We got these guys. They make me think of you a lot.
You
So,
got you got OG JJ's there. You got OG Air Fives. You got OG Dolo too.
oh
You
yeah,
kind of got them all.
yeah, we got a whole collection. I change out at the beginning of every show, so it works out. So TJ, before we start all this, for the people that are watching and for you, have you ever seen this show before?
I watch Bushies, of course.
Okay. So people that are watching this show for the first time or whatever, the whole point of Joe giving flowers is because Phil and I talk skiing all the time, and it's like we're doing a bunch of other shit, but we love skiing. And when we talk about it, like we realize there's so many awesome people in the sport. There's no like Hall of Fame in it. There's nothing like this or that. And we're like, man, let's like kind of celebrate these guys somehow and like give them flowers. So we're like, man, let's just call them up, tell them how dope they are for an hour or two, and then fucking high five them. It gives us an excuse to say hello, and at the same time, use New Schoolers platform and all these other platforms to like teach kids a little history of why our sport's so dope because of people.
That is so all time, and like between you and Phil for sure. You guys know like the history, and I mean, Iberg, you've been there for a minute. You started most of our history. Like the history that I know growing up is because of you from documenting it, and I know Phil has got the biggest respect for the OGs because I mean Phil's pretty much OG. Let's be honest. So yeah, appreciate it, guys. It's dope to like. I'm just stoked to like come back and like you guys posted a few things that brought up some incredible memories for me that I haven't thought of for a long time.
And they are fucked up memories. Like when you feel like
awesome,
we talk about them in depth, man. You don't even, I don't even think you understand how big they were. Like I didn't even until I talked with Phil, and I'm like, holy cow, so fun, man. So like, yeah, we're about to go through some things that you did that no one else has ever done, probably ever will do again. And it's just amazing shit.
It's so brutal. Like I love that you guys are digging through the crates of footage because when I was that dumb teenage kid traveling all around the world, the amount of footy that I lost, like in so many backpacks that I forgot in airports or hotels, or like I lost like a career's worth of footage. And when Phil hit me up with that, the message, I was like, dog, I didn't even respond. I was embarrassed. Like I don't have old footy. So, yeah, I know you guys were.
I pulled out the DVD and had like the movies. I wanted your segment with the Beat Nuts track on it, and I think it was in 10. Was that the movie that? Yeah. So I got 10.
Yeah.
I got the DVD. I put the DVD in. It's playing, and then I don't have the remote, and the play button on the DVD don't work. So I didn't.
I got the full Seggies on my gram page. It's out there. We got it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I actually sent it to Iberg.
What? Which one?
The full my first Seggy with Poor Boys.
Okay, Phil.
X.
And it's where was it?
That's it's on my gram. I don't post often, so you don't have to scroll down too far. You'll see it. The
Phil,
screen grab is me doing like the quarter pipe hit.
Yeah, and that dope ass like high rail.
No way! Are you kidding me, Phil?
Dude, Phil,
no shit, dude.
Stuff.
That is all time, dude.
You know it. Hell yeah. So to kick things off here at Giving Flowers, we have our hierarchy pyramid of needs in life, and we put style on the very top. And we want to know what your description of style is.
I mean, it's all whatever it gives you. It's the feeling for me. It was what it gave me in skiing. Like it was the feeling that I got from doing something. That was the style. It wasn't even technically what I was doing. It was kind of what joy it gave me from doing this trick or landing whatever trick or learning something new or like even being in a contest and doing something I hadn't done before. Like that was the style to me. It was just the feeling I got from skiing.
So your definition of style is a feeling that you get? Is that
fucking A? Yeah, I guess the style would be a feeling for me.
Awesome. I haven't heard this answer ever, but it makes sense.
Because I look at you, Phil, and I'm like, you see style, you see your style, like you portray the style. You're the definition of fucking style, straight up. I guess what I'm trying to say for me, I got a feeling of style. I don't know, man.
That's
Yeah, I
awesome.
don't know.
That's good, man. We're going somewhere. And how would you describe your skiing style, like TJ at his utmost apex style? You
Yeah,
can
you
get
got to
I,
cocky
describe it
with
to a
it.
blind person. So
pardon?
you have to pretend you're describing your style to a blind person.
Okay. I mean, definitely when I was zoning in my shit, it was a lot of confidence. It was contest confidence, like pushing myself, wanting to go big, wanting to do more, go bigger, grab more, grab longer, get gnarly. I loved getting gnarly back in the day. Like that was the shit that drove me. That really that that fired me up. Yeah, scare myself a little bit. Like JY, that Bio 12. That jump, I was so terrified to hit switch because I was scared of getting bucked on takeoff. I was like, I'm just gonna go bios all day, do something up for CR Johnson there.
Dude, this trick blows me away
We're such
forever.
idiots who never wore domes at these events. There's just no helmets, like firing into the evening.
No, those jumps are big, big.
Those are nice jumps.
Where I want to start, man. Like, I think we need to start somewhere early, TJ, because like, I don't think like I even know like your pre fucking superstar story, and that's what I think I'm interested in. Like, because I know your crew, I know Vernon, but like, did you start as a freestyle guy, or were you right away as a youth, like in the mogul, or
Yeah, we I like classic family like weekend warrior. Weren't too really gnarly with it, just like riding. But once we moved to Vernon, and I linked up with Josh Bibby and his family. His old man was running the freestyle program back then, which was still nothing. He actually started what we ended up becoming Silverstar Freestyle program, but it was moguls, right? And
yeah?
I remember like the first day showing up at freestyle camp, and there's like these moguls into the mogul jump into the landing. I'm like, I skipped the moguls, hit the jump, and they're like, you obviously don't understand what we're doing here. And I was like, I just want to hit fucking jumps. And that's where it all started. And then, like the classic story, you know, we copped a video of shit. State of Mind, I think, was the first one that we caught. Baby and I, or parental
You guys were
advisory.
like fucking 12 years old.
We were probably 12, 13, and we jacked that video from our ski shop and like burnt the shit out that VHS over and over. And yeah, you know, the
So
classic story.
you're a mogul guy. You guys are up in Vernon. You got one of the wickedest crew. Big up the whole Vernon. Big up Super Bibby if you're fucking watching. We were just talking about Sir Smokes a lot.
He's the best, dude.
But so what made like who was like? Did you hit a point where you're like, "Fuck, I want to do this and not moguls"? A switch trick, or like, who was your biggest icon? I guess while you were 12, 13, 14, 15 years old.
That entire time, like we had an aerial site that they built a floater on, and it was still like they were chopping landings, stepping landings, like we were landing switch on a fucking mean old aerial site. And I'm pretty sure that jump still, like that's still where the kids learn how to do it. I don't know if they chop anymore. I saw Noah Morrison comment on here earlier. He can tell me if they still chop the landing. But yeah, we kind of learned how to ski gnarly. We learned how to jump gnarly, and we definitely learned how to land backwards gnarly. But in order to hit the jump on Sundays, which was the only day they opened it, you had to ski moguls on Saturday. And if you skied moguls and competed in moguls, you then got this pass for all of British Columbia into the Western Rockies. So you could go ski anywhere in all of British Columbia pretty much on a dime. So everyone skied moguls for sure. You're going to save a buck. And like, obviously looking back at it, thank God we skied bumps. That made us really strong skiers, and we learned a shit ton of technique from it. But there's a lot of fighting. Like I remember I bounced from one mogul event because the air sight was just off that day. It was going on and on. And I dropped out of the event. And I just remember my dad being so upset. And like I ended up winning the big air, and he wouldn't even show up to the awards because I bailed on the mogul event. He's like, you got to remember, like young kids are looking up to you now, and you can't do shit like this. Like anyways.
Yeah, for
Going
sure.
deep on,
No.
going heavy on that, but it's like I'm really glad we grew up in that team sport and doing something that drove us to want more. Then moguls was the one that kind of held us back, but like also pushed us at the same time.
And your parents were being supportive. Were they skier as well?
Yeah, mom was a skier. She grew up in so like eastern British Columbia, right on the British Columbian side of the Rockies, and she was like a ski coach back in the day, but like ski school style. And dad learned. He's East Coast. He's hockey. He's like good old Canadian boy, fucking rights, buddy. Michigan, Detroit, like that's where he went to school. Played hockey for college. Like he's like Canadian stereotype for a lot of you Americans down there. But yeah, like mountain life and sport was definitely something our parents wanted to give to the whole family.
So you did freestyle, and so now did you guys start? Did they have like in early 2000s like big air events and like slope style events that you did? But this is all right before you go to the U.S. Open. Like
yeah, right. So we had the Whistler Ski Invitational, which was like the Fructus Big Air, or like it was before Tellus. Phil, you might remember.
Not those days. No, that was too early for my era.
Probably you were like 9.
Yeah.
There was a Raj put on actually like a whole tour, and it was Mauro Nunez and Rex Thomas. And these guys were kind of like, they had rounded it up, and they were kind of like judges, but also like set up the events. And that was almost like a qualifying event. And they had a couple in Western British Columbia, and Bibby and I showed up to them. And I think that's where we like got points. And then we were able to sign up for like the WSI, like the Whistler Ski Invitational, but it was half pipe. And like, there was no fucking half pipe anywhere to train it. Like you showed up to that event and just like learned everything you had to. But that was kind of the tipping off point. And that's where you could like, all the ski reps were there, the pros were there. So you're able to like, you're training with like, you know, I remember seeing like Candy, that's your Falou one and pipe, and like Tanner, you see every single person you've seen on the movie. So you're going to go no matter what. And that was like our local, that was our big dog. That's where we could get our shit out.
So you did this. So I'm just trying to build up before we all learned who you were. So you're up there with your friends. You're starting to do these like re-skiing events. Like, are you, before you show up at the U.S. Open, are you dope? Are you winning everything?
Yeah, on that. TJ was dope. I show up in Whistler before the U.S. Open. He's wearing his puffy blue black jacket, wearing the Armada. I'm pretty sure the green one's in the back on the right side.
Summer before the U.S. Open, 2003. You're talking about.
I wasn't on Armada. I wasn't on Armada then. I didn't have Armada skis until.
You weren't?
No. So that summer before, like that 03, I think it was. I was still running like line motherships, beat to fucking shit.
This was in the winter though. This was like
okay.
December.
Totally.
Black Park.
Yes,
you were doing Road 5 and then 270 on to a flat down. And I remember
super long one. Yeah. Sorry, you are right. I thought you were talking about summer camp. Yeah, that was like right when everything went through, and JP and Bornowski had like got me set up with Armada. And then that was literally weeks before the U.S. Open, and I was just in like going psycho mode.
For real.
I want to get back to it. You're doing contests. You're with a dope crew. I mean, you got Bibby in there. Like, name your whole crew up there in Vernon. Like that.
Oh God, we go deep.
I know, but name them.
Okay, so obviously it starts off with Bibby. Like Bibby and I, we started from day one, and if it wasn't for Bibby, I wouldn't have been skiing my entire life if it wasn't for him and his old man. Then we go, it's Riley Lebo. He was another guy that like started even before we did. He was going to Whistler summer camps, getting super mean before we were. Justin Dory, of course. You guys probably all know him. Did huge in the pipe. Growing up in the same program, his old man owned a ski shop in town and was super involved in the community. Joe Schuster, another good boy. Marshall Talbot. Oh God, I hope I'm not forgetting anyone. Dave McDonald, like talking about some OG guys that didn't go pro, but like that pushed the shit out of us. And then the local Okanagan guys were like Matt Margetts is coming in and Ty Spence and Chris Bouchard. Like our
So
crew
where are
ran
you in the
heavy.
crew? Like, are you like top? Is Bibby the best? Like, is there a stick out of the crew?
Bibby and I were going 1 and 2 our entire careers for sure.
Okay.
That last year, I was on one. I was definitely on one. That 2004 coming into the U.S. Open, I was getting mean. Oh, the Velours crew too. These guys were, Cam Schuster, another young buck. Chug's not Okanagan. He's not Vernon.
He's like Yukonian.
He is. He is actually a Yukonian now. But yeah, we were spoiled with the crew we had. Like we rolled deep, and the disturbing thing is like we all live together right now. Like we're all in Squamish. I got Schuster here, Lebo here, Bibby's on his way back. Dory's here, Cassie Sharp is here. Lebo, myself, and Bibby all just had baby girls, daughters born in the last like 4 months. Mine was born 2 weeks ago.
Congratulations, buddy.
Wow.
We can't get rid of each other. Like we're stuck together for life. It's out of control.
The best friends that anybody could have.
My man. Yeah.
You
Yeah. It's a trip.
And
All
Hey,
right.
do you know what's funny though? Hold up.
And also your birthday was just recently as well. Happy birthday, dog.
Cheers. Thanks so much, Phil.
Birthdays and babies.
But one funny thing you were talking about, like being with that entire time leading up to the Open, I was skiing a shit ton with Turpin then. And Turpin, that dude was like, that's a guy that makes you think different. He's like making you think outside the box. And that guy's got a definition of style with that feel of style that I talk about.
Agreed.
He makes you think about it.
Yeah. No, Turpin's great. Like he's the best coach, friend, like motivator one could have because he's gonna make you think and not only do that, but be like, here's how you do it. And then roll around on the ground and pull the G.I. Joe figure out, and then you'll be like, I got it.
I see it. Yeah.
So this is where the first thing that everyone that's listening needs to understand. This is the most fucked up shit that anyone's ever done that I'm about to describe. So the more I thought about it, when I posted the video of your slopestyle victory at the U.S. Open when you're 17, and then I posted your second place behind Mikel. And so I'm thinking about it, I'm like, yo, you beat every superstar icon, everyone who was paid, everyone you watched in a movie, everyone who was everything.
Can I stop 1 second? This run that's showing, that was my throwaway run. That wasn't my highest score run. They never filmed it.
No way.
I swear, straight up, dude. Because I didn't do 3 reverts in my fucking highest scoring run.
Good to know. Tell the people.
Yeah, I did do a revert though. I did a revert right there. Yeah.
No way.
And then switch 10, switch 9. Yeah.
Oh wow. That's crazy to hear.
I know, and every time this comes up, I'm like, because you see me at the bottom, and like I throw my arms up, kind of like, like I screwed that run up right at the end, right there, and I'm like, damn it, I screwed up. I accidentally did the switch 9, had to revert into switch 10. But thank you. Sorry, I had to say it.
No worries.
You're killing me for like however long that is.
15 years of internet play. Be like, motherfuckers, it's not my run. So when I looked at this, so we had Wallish on the show in the spring. And so like what I was most blown away, Wallish came out of nowhere with his video segment in 2007, right? And I made Idea, made Believe, and then Wallish had a video edit shit no one else in either of those movies could do. Like unreal.
Straight up.
Came out at a younger age. You were 4 years younger than him, like in retrospect of when you exposed yourself to the industry. And like you did it under pressure with contests, not the art of filming and putting together a segment. So when I look back at that, 17 years old, first trip, like no matter what, even if it's fun, you had to qualify for 2 fucking days to style. That's the most gnarly
that
thing.
was different back then.
Understand. Is like
the course was
and
so
doing
big.
qualifies sometime when the sun's down and the weather changed totally from 8 p.m. in the morning to 5 at night. And then like, I don't know, man, I just want to make sure you get your props because that is something no one's ever done or will do. come in double medal against the biggest people in the world, never being heard of. No one can even have that opportunity or chance anymore, let alone.
I mean, hey, bring back the U.S. Open. Bring back any opportunities for these kids right now.
So I just want to say big up to you, man. Like, and make sure that people know that what you did is it's something no one else did. And like, you need to know how big a deal that, like, you could have only done that and been a one-hit wonder for a weekend and still been the illest. And we're only talking in the sport, the first day where we all knew your name. You know what I mean? Like, how awesome was that night?
I'm pretty sure you gave me this exact same talk the night after Slope Saw when you handed me a bottle of Goldschlager. So
I bought you a whole case. I bought you every kind of booze possible.
you sure did. And then I had to ski the next day, you son of a bitch.
You didn't need another pedal and pipe. You were all good.
Yeah, dude, what a trip. It's so weird to see that footage, honestly. Like, it was, it's free. Yeah, it's weird. It's super weird to see it.
So what was your
That
thought,
night,
man?
though.
Like, you personally going into it, like, because I mean, you're 17. Like, it's gnarly. You're Canadian from not the biggest town ever. Like, and you come with your friends. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, what was, I don't know, just looking back in retrospect, what was the vibe? Like, did you even feel it for the first year or two, or were you just all of a sudden on a cloud?
That was our first year to the U.S. Open. I think, no, Lebo had gone the year before, but that was like Bibby and my first time. Lebo came as well that year. His folks were there. So we had like a Vernon crew there. And I think we'd heard from them kind of like how it worked. But yeah, showing up and having 2 days of qualifiers and like a semifinals, that was a lot. That was the most skiing for sure all of us had ever done. And that course got beat to shit. Yeah, I remember the jumps being really bad. Like, everything was just bad. I don't know. You can't really prepare yourself, but like, go ride Whistler all day, ski in the fog, ski in the shit, beat yourself up a bit. I don't know, man. It was a long time ago. I hit my head a lot.
What was that, Robert?
Did you ski at that event?
The one that he break.
Oh,
His
04.
first break? No, I wasn't there.
No.
You would have been, how old are you?
He would have been
I
14.
would have been 13 at that point.
Wow. But I mean, you were on a rock. We did trips that year. We did trips later that year together.
Yep. Just afterwards is where I really got to meet TJ for real. Other than just like a sighting of the dude that I said before U.S. Open, and I was like, oh my fucking god! Telling my brother he's gonna take over, and that's my claim, dude. I seen it coming.
So something I want to bring up at this point is the coolest thing about having you two together is you guys are like the first two people kind of guys other than Lars Bean, I think, that got Armada skis. And you both got them from JP. Like and we'll have you tell that story for the people that don't know it, TJ. But like, I want to big up JP in this part because like he is the reason, like Phil's there, Armada's there, TJ's there. Like, it was a big deal, man.
Straight up.
So big up JP, everything you did. Give thanks as always. And man, like, TJ, tell your story because it's a pretty awesome one for anyone that doesn't know TJ's story about how he ended up on Armada as before being a champion.
Bibby and I would go to the Whistler Ski Invitational because we could get that open spot in half pipe 2 years before 04. And it was straight up like, bring your sponsor me tape, and all the ski reps would be there. And the place we were renting it through a Canadian freestyle friend of a friend. And we were watching all of our tapes, obviously. And like, there was a photo of Douglas doing a hunt knee at like sunset in his handwriting, and it was difficult to read. But anyways, I guess I'd left. My videotape was in the VHS player, and this was JP O'Clair's condo we had rented.
Did you know that?
No, and I probably should have, because like there was a photo on the wall to JP, but we didn't know. I think if Josh and I knew, we would have made a bigger deal about it. And I don't remember making a big deal. We thought it was Douglas's place, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And so anyways, I get this. The story goes, I guess, from Bornowski's mouth, is that this is when Christy and JP were together. And they were back at Whistler, and like something, they found the tape, they played it, and they were kind of like, cool, whoa, oh, this is into like, how did this get here? Who's this kid? This is hilarious. And I think Bornowski knew me because we had skied together. He's from British Columbia as well. And he was the one that actually reached out to me. And he's like, dude, JP O'Clair saw your tape. I'm supposed to check you out and make the call on you. It was pretty much, yeah, it was crazy like that. And then met up with Tony that summer, and I went to High North and like did some work with him, just like digging out the High North jumps so that I could essentially show off. Like I was showing up to like a job post, like I was doing my job test or whatever. And then JP and Tony hit me up, and they're like, welcome to Armada.
So now I'm just going to put this into perspective. The skis released a year before this, and you're like 17 and you're getting skis from J.P. O'Clair and Anthony Bornowski to say Armada on them. Like what? Like it had, like, I remember pros wanting this.
Yeah, it was dumb. It was
what
stupid.
is even a vibe for a kid from British Columbia getting a ski that says Armada on it in 2004?
Yeah. No, it was totally stupid. It was mind-blowing. And full am too. Like I hadn't done anything. It was just some video content from like a pretty shitty sponsor me tape to Wu-Tang that I made in like my arts drama class in like my 12th grade. Like there wasn't anything special or pro to it. So
What song are we talking? Do you remember that?
dude, I don't know. And like Iberg asked me if I had the tape. I know it was Wu-Tang.
Now Jake told me today, Jake Iverson, Ross Jacob, he told me that it was a Bob Marley song, and that's why he was like, man, I saw this. That's his vision totally, because he knew you at that time too. And he saw your sponsor tape, I guess, a year before you blew up. And he's
maybe it's from the year before. That could easily have been one. Okay,
because he saw that one, and he said like that time, because he was only like 15 years old, because he's even younger than you. And so you're at this like, you're like, he saw it happen. Like he's
that is hilarious that he actually saw that shit. I love that.
You know, stories out there, buddy. What do we got, Phil?
I guess we breezed over it, but a question I'm wondering is, did you take inspiration outside of skiing and sport? Oh, we got someone?
That's Ross Jacob. The story.
Oh, damn. What's up? Long time, homie.
What's good, TJ? How you been, brother?
I'm very well, dude. Long time no see.
Yeah, man. I was thinking about it while I'm watching with you guys, and I'm not sure if it was your segment or Bibby's that was shot with Rebel Music, but I do know for sure you had a cut that was a sponsor me video in, 2003 in WIS.
That's where it would have been. 100%.
SMS,
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was lit, dude. It was crazy lit. I remember seeing that shit and being blown away. You were doing switch tens on upright aerial jump into chop. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, you shouldn't be able to do that,
No,
like,
no good upright aerial jump.
None of us could switch 10 in Dakota.
Oh,
Yeah,
summer
chop,
days, Jay.
You're the only one skiing switch.
Yo,
switch tens.
Bring back chop landings and reverse.
Fuck chop landings.
You'll still win, dog. The confidence had it, dude. You'll be the man. I mean, if you wanted to be confident, if you could do it then, if somebody gave you a groom tabletop, it was like, fuck, this is easy. Nice flat spot in between. No way. They treat us nice, like, I don't know. Mad hype to your skiing over the years, though. Spriggs and I were talking about your confidence back then and how it just blew us away. Both really.
Jewelry can say many things on your wedding day. As a wedding band, it can say, this is a forever symbol of our forever love. As a gift to your wedding party, it can say, thanks for standing up there with us. Blue Nile can help you find the piece that says it all and says it beautifully, with expert guidance and a wide assortment of jewelry of the highest quality at the best price. Go to BlueNile.com and experience the convenience of shopping Blue Nile, the original online jeweler since 1999. That's BlueNile.com.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 up front for 3 months plus taxes and fees. Promo rate for new customers for limited time. Unlimited more than 40 gigabytes per month. Slows full terms at mintmobile.com.
Oh, we got the
Oh
wheel
man,
of
it
death.
looks like he's in a car.
Yeah,
Jake,
that's a trip. I
Been
haven't seen
doing
that in
it.
a long time.
no, we're good. All right.
We got to get our hands on this tape he's talking about, man.
Dude, my folks have
Elusive.
to have it. It's got to be up in like the attic somewhere. I've been horrible, like I already told you. Like I've lost all my content, and that's the one. That's the one I should have never lost.
I am
Maybe
fucking hyped that
Ingrid.
you uploaded this segment though from Poor Voice. This is a gem, such a classic. And moving along, we were just after your first big break, the U.S. Open, and I guess like you're propelled like overnight into the elitist realm, kind of like unreal. How do you deal with it? How do you sort of like how does it feel for you at that point? Do you separate from your original crew and sort of like find yourself in like this pro circle outside of your ground or of your roots?
Totally, yeah. I was tripping balls, man. Like Baby and I were connected at the hip from the time we were 13, and we go to the Open, we do all this stuff, and then the next day I got a Raj hit me up to be like, yo, we're going to France. Like tomorrow. The contest is done, we're going to France. And, like just won the Open. And I'm like, baby, see you soon. Like I'm going to Europe, but I'm obviously so excited, right? Like I'm going to ski with like Julien Renier, JP, I think John Sims was there.
Corey Vanuler.
Vanuler wasn't there yet.
Oh no, that wasn't
He
that
comes
trip.
later.
Okay.
But it was like it was a whoa moment. Like my life definitely changed overnight, and I was going into a realm I had no idea. And for me, it was just like show up and go to work and try to impress. Like if there's a backcountry jump, try to do your first hit. Try to do something stupid. Try to get like a first hit, something crazy. And but I didn't know what was happening. And then I come after that trip, then I get hit up by O'Connell, and he's like, "You're coming with me." And then I'm on like the O'Connell Photo Armada tour, and this dude just shows me like the ropes, and like I lived on the road with all these guys, and I definitely got separated from like my Vernon crew for a solid like honestly like a decade.
Yeah, because you went into Teddy Bear Crisis, then you went to Poor Boys, then you went into dominating comp shit.
But Bibby and I, like, we'd always connect early season. So we'd always do like we'd always be back home during like off season. And then we'd always try to get the early season crib together and try to get that early riding in. But then we're both on different programs,
So do you ever I think because we a lot of our stuff is the crew we know makes it, right? Like we talked last week with the Booze Boys with Tufflemeyer and Odie.
GT, yeah.
Week before, like loose cannon players, and like we talk a lot about like crews, like how it makes it work.
Yeah.
Like, the C crew and then like Inspired and all this shit. Like it's a motivating thing. Did you ever see a thing when you kind of weren't with your main crew? Did you ever lose some focus because you were just pushing so hard? Or did you ever have any problem with that? Or was it not?
It's sort of, honestly, it's kind of sad to say, but like after everything happened, I never really got a ride with my crew the way I wanted to. After everything happened, it was more
right when you blew up. You mean?
Yeah, honestly, like we were separated pretty much from that spot. We didn't do trips. Like I didn't do trips with the boys. We did like one cat skiing trip with the crew for like a New Year's trip, skiing pound, like screwing around, dicking around, fully just like boys trip. Nothing gnarly, just cruising, skiing pow, celebrating, bringing in the new year, having a shit ton of beers and skiing pow. smoking joints. Like it was, but I didn't get to have that gnarly shit again outside from like where we grew up together.
Yeah.
They all went towards filming. I stuck in the contest scene, and I doubled down in contests when they went over to go film. At the end of my career, I then tailed back in to cruise up with them, and I finished my career with a couple trips with my boys from what I missed out from the rest of my career. No, it was more like it was Bibby, Lebo, Schuster, Dory, that crew, the guys that were doing like Seeking Nirvana. The Velours crew was like the fun party crew in Whistler, and they would do like the goofy wild shit. At all. No, we were incorporated into the Velours crew. Right. That was Whistler crew.
Well, it was a good incorporation of crews, I think. You guys complemented each other well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was seamless. I really thought that you guys were. That's why I was showing the video when we were first talking about your roots. I was like, Velours is like TJ's roots, because that's how it made me feel when I was watching those videos. So it definitely.
That's awesome to hear.
Mm-hmm.
They nailed it, man. They were ahead of their time, like doing the clothing brand and video stuff, like dropping movies and dropping really good clothing. The guy, like one of the guys, Harvey Lee, that was one of the founders. Like that guy's high up in clothing business now, making top dog stuff. And the other guy, Darren Rayner, he's like making crazy film commercials. Like those guys have really done. They've really perfectly aligned what they started with.
Well, they understood making content is how you sell something, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just like if you put content out every day, there's have a buy now button beside.
Straight up.
Cool bad shit. That cool name, cool product, cool crew. That like even guys wear it, still repped it.
And they had the Olympics. They had a seasonal Olympics. It was a GT party.
Yeah, they did it proper. For sure.
Let's get into X Games, because that's a pretty big deal, man. Like other than your first US Open, like something that's awesome. Your first X Games win is a fun one, I think, because it's slow down being canceled, right?
It's not, yeah. It's my fake medal.
It's not fake though, because you beat Superstar. Fuck that. It's just the funniest name is you're the only. I will say you are the only twin tip modified big air champion of all time in free history.
Fucking
They've never had a modified big air competition.
There we go. I'll take it, dude.
Yeah, big up yourself, man.
Update that Wikipedia.
I don't know, like little things like that, because like I remember it got canceled, but it was such an awesome event. We had Bushfield throwing switch double backs, like everyone was hyped, like it was some little kid event. It was almost had knuckle huck vibes.
Straight up.
Like where everyone was just up saying woo. And at that point in 2006, we didn't see that shit for like the last 4 years.
Yeah.
Like so fun to see. So because I always like guessed you probably thought it wasn't a legit one, but to me it's as legit as it gets.
It was always my joke where, like, when I actually won slopestyle, I was like, finally, I got my real, like, I finally got a real one.
But, dude, I'm going to tell you this. Now, I'm going to stay on X Games, but it's not a real one. The one you got in 2010, that was you, like, justifying yourself for fucking coming into the game. You came in so early. You paid your dues so hard, right? How many times did you hurt yourself up until 2010?
That was the first blown knee, and that was right.
2010? That's 2009.
Sorry, this one's 9.
Yep.
And yeah, that was my first knee injury, and that was like 8 months after the injury. This one meant a lot to me.
So let me ask this question: what year did you go to Corrupt?
That year.
So I'm saying we have a 21-year-old TJ Schiller leaving Armada to go being hand-picking by Candide Thovex, saying perform and succeed. And you're going, once again, we thought you could be like in awe in 2004 by joining Armada. I can't imagine your opportunity feel. Like this is like a new Armada. This is like a whole new this is global. And the pressure you must have had, I can't imagine. I put myself in the shoes thinking about today. I'm like 21. Okay, yeah, I made royalty, but I didn't have 5 years of previous people paying me and loving me and wanting me and saying I'm the best. You know, like, dude, big up yourself on that win, because the pressure coming off injury, the pressure coming off supposedly needing to succeed your first year being injured, like, man, it's unrealistic pressure. It's so fucked up. So big up yourself, man. Just on
Thank
the
you.
mental
Appreciate
game of
that.
winning, nothing else.
That was a sad year, man. That whole first injury, like, after having such a high, whatever it was, 4 years of skiing, and like being on Armada from such an early start, and my first injury with contracts coming back up, it was like real life talk. And you start to see, like, okay, like, we're not going to do the 2-year or 3-year option. We're going to try a 1-year option. We're going to do stuff like this. And I saw, not just with Armada, but it was like, holy shit. And then you're not even back skiing. You're still rehabbing. And you're like, what do I do? Like, am I going to be able to come back? Can I keep going? What's going to happen? And like, I loved Armada, man. And when I got the 1-year offer though from them, like, couldn't do it. I just couldn't. And I hit up everybody. I sent an email to every single founder, to Hans, to Chris, to Tanner, to Julian, to JP, to Anthony, to everybody, just being like, I love all you guys and everything that's happened, but like, I got to move on and I got to make a move for myself. And it was the worst move. And everybody told me that.
See, I don't know. Like, I don't agree with that. Like, for like, if you look at, so the whole thing is like, when you look at the big picture and you're like, oh man, it's a loyal guy to a company or something like this. And then you can use Candide as the opposite end of the spectrum, right? Where he made sure he got his.
It sounded exciting. It sounded fucking exciting.
So I just want to say, like, I don't think it was a bad decision by you, because the adversity that you put on yourself, you know, from the injury to the opportunity. I mean, fucking Andy Thobex picked you to be a representation pretty much of Canada for his company. Like, yo, that's like, that's not a bad decision by a 21-year-old to make it. Like, a 1-year contract, or this super legend just asked me to help start a company and be a face of it. Get a pro mod. Like, it was I mean, man, like, I don't know. I don't think you should ever think it was a bad decision, because once said and done, if we were to do realistic life and show the business of Armada at that time and the business of Corrupt, maybe it was a great decision. Totally.
Yeah. Tough one at the time when you're that young. You know, young kids going through shit like that, and you throw in injuries and some paychecks. It's I don't wish it on anyone.
So what was so after you? So does anyone ever get back to you? You write all these emails to legends. Does anyone say, "Yo, I'm going to bat for you. We got to keep you on the team"?
No, I had some really good. You know, JP and I were always tight because we were always on Barrage together. So we were traveling together for years throughout it. And him and I were able to have good conversations. I think he got it. I think he was kind of like, come on. He's like, it sounds sketchy. I wouldn't go, like, he was pretty straight up. Even guys like O'Connell were totally understanding.
Well, you
Hans was awesome.
Because to put it, like, if we look at it, it's about the exact same time Julian got let go, you know? Yeah. And that's a guy who co-founded it. So, I mean, if you think about Julian just being disappeared like that, you know, it for sure was the right move for you at the moment. You know, and like, even that, like, bro, man, you got a fucking TJ Schiller pro model because of would you have had one with Armada?
Yeah, probably not.
I don't know, they got some dope ass motherfuckers on.
They sure fucking do.
Phil, it took 12 years, 10 years to get a pro model?
Yeah, Phil, what are you going on right now? You've got to be close to like 14 years. 15?
I'm going on 20 just this next year.
Are you kidding me?
2023, yep.
Big up fucking Phil and Armada, 20 years.
Straight up.
Yeah, definitely. But I would have, I think it was an audacious move to do when you did it. And it definitely broke my heart because, like, I saw you, like, as such an Armada representative. But then, like, I think for yourself, like Iberg was saying, and you got to try shit to know. Otherwise, like, you got to throw some shit on the wall and see what sticks. And at that time, it's like nobody taught you any lesson of what to do with these moves. And I think you did great by trying shit rather than just, like, holding on to stuff. And, yeah.
Just like the same way everyone left their companies for Armada, man. Nothing dope happened.
True, right?
eyes to do something amazing. So like, and then I don't know. And that's what we're talking about now still fucking 12 years later,
Isn't it
because
a trip?
to do that move is a big commitment.
It's such an insane thing that I think about it still all the time. You're just like, damn it.
So
Come on.
Did Candide himself call you and say, TJ, I want
No.
you?
No, TG? No. No, it wasn't like that. But it was definitely it was like it was literally too good to be true. And JP literally said, he's like, it's too good to be true. It's not gonna work. What they're offering you for a year and a half it did.
How many years did you sign a contract for?
I don't remember. I want to say 2 years, maybe 3.
Right.
But
you still got a pro model in a year and a half out of it.
Yeah.
At this point, are you managed by your friend and then who had the Good Life, Fergie?
No, Fergie Cancade. Good memory, Phil. Good Life. That was what's up. Fergie, another OG Vernon.
Big up
dude that like took care of so many of the homies forever. That dude literally lives 11 seconds garage to front door to me right now.
Oh, word.
No, Fergie was Red Bull Canadian team manager at that point. So he'd moved on. My old man, or did he? Dude, my memory's bad. But my old man was always super heavy with helping me out. And he's like, my dad's a boomer. Like he's 70. God, what is he? 74? He's an old boy, and he's just like conservative, and you're going to do this, and we don't know how the longevity of this. You're going to be smart. We're going to do the right thing, and you're just going to be okay with it. I'm like, yes, boss, absolutely, let's go. And then Cancade, Fergie, who was like the manager, learning how to be agent, he was that like he was on my side, vibing with me like on how to do it the right way, the way that we would want to do it.
Yeah, it's hard because it doesn't make sense. Like to a parent, there's no really ROI when
they got no idea.
It's life at stake.
There's no Olympics. There's no future to it.
Well, there's just nothing. Like it's your kid.
Yeah.
Like if you can give them the opportunity of knowledge and opportunity of like a bit, like whatever, like man, your kid could become a vegetable tomorrow, and then everyone could rob you and not care about you. Like if you're a parent being a manager, like you can just sit there with every company and be like, this is not right.
Yeah.
Why would you ever offer this to my child? But I think this is a great point to say. I'm like, did you have the thing I told Phil, like, I was like, like with TJ, because he's such a great person and also because of how he was able to battle through, like your parents had to be a big part. Like, were your parents like through everything? Because I don't know. This is a time period I'm going to say because like we don't give enough platform to parents, and as you'll see, being a father, like I don't know, use this time like give them some flowers, man, because none of us are in any of our positions of being nurtured to be without parents.
You're hitting it on the head, Iberg. Like, and this is something I've always said about like the Silver Star Freestyle parents. Like, it was the parents that made the club, that made the athletes, that allowed us to be where we are now. No doubt. They went to town. They found the right coaches. They made it happen. And we just skied. We didn't do shit. Without them, there would have been none of us. And they still go hard.
Yeah.
Word up. Yeah, big up to the parents. One thing that we breezed over, and that is not to be breezed over, Iberg, I believe you were a witness of this, and I was definitely. I remember this like it was yesterday. Blew my fucking mind. But can you talk about that night in particular where you did the first ever, if I am correct, Switch 1440 at the U.S. Open Big Air?
That was a special night. Every one of those Big Air, man. Like, there's something about a night Big Air event with a crowd at the bottom and like lights and crowd and people fucking screaming. Like, you're putting on a show. You're a circus freak, and you got a crowd at the bottom that just wants more and more and more, and you just pull shit out of your ass that you've never done before, and you do it for the people.
So, did you ever do a Switch 14 before that night?
Oh no, yeah, no. Oh
Yeah,
god,
so
that
you
guy
were
was terrifying.
notorious.
That last part looked totally sketchy.
Dude, that shit is like organized confusion though, like control chaos, like and stomp like a boss. It's incredible. And you're notorious to if I am right, you did the first 1622. Was that your first time doing it as well, like at the contest?
Yeah, kind of same story there over at X Games. Um, like my bag of tricks was never that big, and I was very comfortable with the tricks I was doing, and for me to add on extra spins made sense. It just made sense for me to like squeak around another three or squeak around another 180. So like just whatever, shifty into it. My bag was definitely not huge, and I made the most of it with just going a bit bigger.
So your first switch 1440, that was against Mikel, right? 2004?
No, I don't actually remember.
2007, I think. Oh no, 2006.
2004. 2004 was Mikel's back-to-back win, and
Yeah,
that was my first.
but that's when
That
you
was my
got
first
second.
U.S. Open, and
Yeah.
I got second there.
What'd you do?
I did my
Switch
first
12.
ever switch 12,
Okay.
and that was the first time I'd ever done it. I did one with a safety and then one with a mute, and I was very excited. I was like definitely building it up to the crowd, selling it hard.
Did you know Mikel was waiting when you were competing against him?
What do you mean? We were all drinking up there.
I didn't know if you were, but I know he was. Like, and like, it was the funny to me. This night was great because I didn't really like. You were already on.
I was not wasted by any means, but I forget the dude's. But like Lolo always had his bottle of Genepi on him, and then Kerry Miller would be up there always with like a 40 of whiskey, and we were like, yeah, I remember just like having shots like every other lap, being like, is this what we're doing? We're doing this. But that shit doesn't affect you when you got adrenaline running through your vein and you got like however many people screaming and lights. Like nothing affects you.
No, Meek was next level though. I just remember it because it's just like that was our whole circle. That time we were making dub ski. Like that was
the dumbest shit.
I was just partying.
In that Oakley full one-piece white suit, switched like fully in like D-spin, blunted out, hands by his side, like head down, no helmet, dude. Just like
the hood over his head.
Yeah,
like looking over.
This is the illest, dude. Yeah, straight up. Yeah, I knew I wouldn't be able to take him out, but I'm like, I'll try to spin more.
It worked, dude.
Yeah,
like,
that was the first one I ever did right there. And I was like, I gotta go bigger. I don't know if I can go bigger.
Such a fun night. Shit, Phil, what do you got, man?
Like, yeah, man, just fucking confidence and contest domination. TJ would show up and break the fucking barometer by going bigger than everybody. Lolo is a good mention too with the Jenny P bottle. He was definitely going
Big up Lolo, man. We got to get Lolo on this show.
Straight up, you do.
Yeah, we need a good Euro month or something like that. 2010. Let's do a 2010 story, TJ. One of my favorites is Joss, because I was the head judge of the video event there. And it was one of my favorite because, like, what I love too is, like, even though you were the contest kid, you still had a crew that loved the art of filming, and you still had video segments, and you still put out dope ass shit when you could film. I mean, a bow and arrow.
We put out some goofy shit, but yeah, we put out some fun stuff.
I mean, we could go through your career and like your bow and arrows, not because of contest. Do you know what I mean? Like, people aren't like, oh man, I love bow and arrow because of a contest. You couldn't use that in a contest. It wasn't like, but you could have shit in all your video segments. And so you were able to use that platform and whatever. So I think Joss was awesome. If people haven't seen it, what's the name of team? It's Team Canada.
Team Canada 2010?
Yeah. This was one of the funnest videos I've ever seen in my life.
You were a judge.
I was the head judge. I made you guys win.
How much did you get shit on?
Well, this is the best story. So I'll let people know it. So we go through and there's snowboard judges and ski judges. Watch all the videos. Everyone laughs and loves your video in the movie, in the while we're judging. No one says anything about Team America. It's just dope ass shit, right? And Simon and Wallace
Ski porn.
and Alex Floppy.
Gnarly,
And
awesome shit.
You guys had a song that represented Canada. Fucking awesome. You actually represented this song of Three Great Friends. You had a reoccurring theme of a heavy pan. And then you fucking made us all laugh. I'm doing shit I couldn't do or anyone in the room. So when making a film, you created a movie, an entertainment. And so it was a video contest, not a trick contest. And so I made this clear to all the judges. I said, they're the fucking winner. We all loved it. They made us love or hate their video. We didn't have an opinion on these other ones. So we told Yoon who the winner was. We all go to the dinner. And Yoon comes up to me at the table before we goes, Eric, can you please let Team America win? And I'm like,
no,
from America,
straight up.
The judge.
He straight up asked you.
Yeah, right there.
That's when you gave him, but then you guys gave him people's choice, even though we won people's choice.
I didn't have people's choice. I didn't have any say in that. I only had the say in the judges.
We won it on the loud meter. And Yoon told us this later that he just gave it to Team America.
They were so pissed. That was one of the funniest stories though, because dude, your video guy was so dope. And I'm an adamant person. If you're making video content movies, if you don't have a love or hate reaction, then you wasted your time.
Phil, bring back the Macarena. That's what won it for us.
Yeah, that was definitely a game changer.
Jug won it for the last shot of the film. The full Macarena. On the rail that not many people actually slid to the end.
Yeah, he Macarena that shit.
That's the stupidest person I still know.
So yeah, that was a fun contest and an event because I never had anyone. That was a great story from you. But
I love that. Oh,
I
man.
believe you tried to make America win. Your video is just big up Iberg on making the right decision there, because a lot of people in your position that didn't know about movie making and just vibes of a video would have put the ski porn first. And this is definitely we need some judges in the booth like you a bit more.
Yeah, the Three Best Friends that you ever did had, and that pan is so heavy. Not only did you incorporate the pan into your movie, but you lived that lifestyle for 10 days leading up to that movie. The pan.
Chug did. Chug let that.
Everyone asked how heavy that pan was, even if they weren't part of your video edit. How heavy is that pan, man?
Honestly, you guys have no idea.
I don't.
Yeah. No, that was fun. It's so funny to talk about that. That one win actually was that one is up there for it's got to be top 3 for sure for favorite events we ever did, best victories, and maybe that's got something to do with sort of rubbing it into Simon a bit. Actually,
I doing everything and you.
Yeah,
it was all great because it was so fun. How do you complain? All you guys did was rip each other's shirts off for 10 days straight, and then to whine about a video edit, it's so comical looking back at it. Because you're fuck yeah, we won. We ripped shirts off. We made a video kind of like that. Why wouldn't we win? Should we have banged our edits? No, we slept until 3 every day.
Yeah, we really did it.
It was a party. Do you ever
got to bring back
Phil?
You got to bring a video edit back, Phil.
Yeah, definitely. Battle my
You'd be the one.
Style.
You'd be the one to tee that up.
Yeah, I definitely could see a room for that in the industry right now. And that brings me to something. You're a coach right now, and so you are around contests. You see it going. And back in the day, there was a bit of a mixed formula with contest skiing. And I was wondering if you had any favorite contests or any idea of a contest that you could bring forth that would change the classic formula that we're seeing again and again.
I hate to say it, but it's it's kind of insane out there. It's fully insane. It's World Cup. They build awesome courses. I'll give them that. They build incredible features, good jumps. It's a course you want to ride all day, top to bottom. They're fun and they're big. The jumps they're building now, definitely safer and bigger than anything, I was ever used to. But it's the format, it's There's nothing new. There's nothing exciting about it.
No, because it all is about
I think
difficulty, right?
Dew Tour modified pipe was the best event I've seen in the last probably 10 years.
Damn.
And that hasn't happened for a long time.
And Freestyle CH, you remember you won one year. Iberg posted it on Inspired. There was a style component and a technical trick. Did you like that kind of format? Was that speaking to you?
100%. I believe a monster event actually happens in, I'm not going to remember the country's name, Eastern Europe, and they did a combo like this. It was a big air.
They did it in Ukraine with that wall ride thing
maybe that was it
last year.
Totally. And I remember I had a couple of like young kids that I used to coach that went there, and they said it was an awesome time, kind of invitational style, like, and just like big crowds, music, more fun, less super contest vibe, and adding in a lot more of that style aspect.
Yeah,
something I've learned, like being a coach. Totally. Something I've been learning that I still have yet to like actually learn is the point system. And that's getting up on like how to get onto a team, be at the top, own your rate. Still very new to me.
Ooh, now that we're talking contests, let's talk contests. So what do you think, TJ? Should now no poles can make you grab your skis better, thing, but with poles it's harder. So do you think poles should be mandatory in big air events?
I don't give a fuck. I don't think
the degree of difficulty could be different, right? Poles should have 0.9, I would say, on the DD.
I mean, if you want to put some hard numbers in there, Iberg, I think 0.9 sounds fantastic.
You're going to argue a number if your guy's on the bubble and he doesn't make finals. You better know your fucking numbers, eh?
No, maybe I'm not as good of a coach as I should be. And they're arguing about those
freestyling
0.9. Yeah, do you know what I mean? I prefer poles. That's my style. That's what I prefer. If I were to go hit that jump, I'd want to be using poles. I don't care. So many people.
I was more interested, like, because I saw that debate for fun. Because, like, I saw now competitors after the last big air last weekend, the fifth one. They're like, they're just like, man, it looks so much cooler, but there's a fun conversation.
I think when you did idea, that actually opened my mind, because then I tried to go ski POW with no poles. And I was like, dog, this is not easy. I actually have zero balance right now, and I don't know how to turn and POW. How do they do it? Like,
they're special people.
They are special. Shout out Pep.
Those guys made me have ski dreams. Like, I didn't have ski dreams for like maybe 6-7 years previous. Like, in my ski dreams, we're always doing like 50 dappies and landing uphill, like across the street from my ski hill. But like,
is that Pollard?
Yeah. I'd do switch carves with no poles and grab handfuls of POW and then look at it in my hand. I'd have that dream every night. It was epic.
Oh my God, that is insane. That's the shot all fucking day.
Yeah, this is definitely super classic. Big up Iberg.
Big up the fucking Pollard, Pep, and Andy.
Yeah, big up those three for sure. All day, every day. And during your glory days, TJ, you were riding a wave like crazy. Can you talk about how it was, like, with the pressure? Did you put more pressure on yourself than you had from, like, say, being on Nike 6.0?
Yeah, you were big time. Paul Mitchell.
6.0. Monster. Rod. Dragon. Karate. Nordica.
I don't know, dog. I was so fired up. I love skiing, and like my love for skiing never really went away. I always I was just always trying to like fucking bang on and keep going. I'm sure pressure's kicked in, and I know like the contest circuit definitely wore on me. I tallied it up, and there's something insane. Like out of all my surgeries, I actually had like 4 entire winters off of my career, which is kind of insane. Like 4 winters out of my competitive
You know what's insane?
Life.
Look at the big picture of from when you started to when you ended. And then think you had 4 years where you were able to get through and continue. That's fucked up. You know, so like it's 4, like that's crazy that you were injured that much. But at the same time, those comebacks are more bigger than all those fucking other 8 years.
Yeah, true.
Because big up yourself on that one, TJ.
You're on some Nardwuar shit right now.
No, it's just easy, you know. Like I was around all you guys, so it was so fun. And then like we didn't reflect when things were happening. And then the whole point of this show is to kind of look back at it and actually understand what the accomplishments were. Because you didn't do what you did every day because there was a goal. It was because you could. What do I get to do today? I get to go to France. What do I get to do? Hit that big ass fucking jump as fast as I can do? You know, it wasn't a thought of what a goal was. It was like, no way, what's my opportunity? I'm going to go make the most of it. And then the skill.
Yeah.
That in.
It's funny to be part of it now and to see kind of how different, for sure, the vibe is, man. Like,
well,
do you know what? I literally remember my first morning at US Open, because you got to remember, I'm like 17. I've never met Tanner Hall. I've never met Kusan. I've never met Iberg, Evan Rapp. Who was Rapp's homie that rolled in the Escalade?
E-Rock.
Never met E-Rock. And I show up at the Armada House at US Open, and like, they're just like, whoever it was, was it O'Connell or Hans? It was just like, yeah, just roll up. Just roll up, and the boys are there, and like, you guys were all there just sitting at the table, rolling spliffs, listening to music. And I just sat down. You guys rolled, like, passed me out, gave me whatever I needed to have my own, and I'm just sitting there like, what am I doing here?
Hello, JF.
What the hell?
Yeah.
That was the dumbest shit, man. And like, still even today, thinking back on that is like, that is very special to me. And like, I've still got those feelings every time I see Kusan, who I actually do see often on the road. Like, I still get those vibes, man. Like, that's childhood shit that doesn't disappear.
Yeah, fucking wicked times. Phil.
Yes, sir. What else was epic? So much epic shit, actually, like from the Icer Air, San Francisco. We could go into that, but
yeah, let's talk Icer Air a little bit. Just for you won year 2, right?
Yeah, when they did the scaffolding at the football stadium.
Yeah, now the year they had the gap, and the year Kaya ripped her stomach open or something crazy.
Yeah, and Travis Rice won snowboard.
Yeah, with a double. No,
with the dub back.
That was 2006. That one that you won.
Mm-hmm.
But
I won a car there.
What's that?
I got a car there.
You won a car?
I got a Toyota FJ Cruiser there. They need to bring that shit back, man.
Dude, that was the raddest event. I smoked an ounce right behind home plate. I sat in the dugout. I was like, Barry Bonds, fucking swinging baseball bats. Here, I'm swinging spliffs. It was the most epic. I just sat up top with Sean Field and like rolled blunts. Like, it was amazing. Like, if anyone can check it out, Icer Air ran from 2005 is on Fillmore Street, which was epic. They put it on a thing. Big up Johnny Mosley for making
straight up. I was just gonna say, I remember rolling to Mosley's like parents' house down on the water, and we're like chilling at some crazy spot, and it's just Mosley.
I got some photos in my office. I'll send them all to you. You got some white sunglasses. We went on his yacht. And so we're hanging.
That's right.
So I'm thinking about it when I posted that picture of you doing the 360 mute. I'm like, yo, homeboy's still young. Johnny Mosley invited to his house the day before. He's doing a Johnny Mosley 360 on the street in San Francisco. Johnny Mosley said when he made Mad Tricks, what if it snowed in San Francisco?
He did say that.
You were living the fucking
and wasn't it sponsored by like a bail bonds company? And these dudes bounced on like the 3rd or 4th year and actually bounced to Mexico with all the cash.
Yes. It was I tried to run a win.
Yeah. But Phil, there's some crazy shit there.
First year is Fillmore Street. Google it. 2005 Icer, ICER Air. And then the second year was in the San Francisco Giants Stadium with a gap. With a death cap.
C.R. Johnson won that first year that we're watching right now, the Bio 9 or Bio 7. I don't remember. Luke Kang.
Either way, the
smallest
jump.
And maybe a Phil. Tiny jump. And then, that next year, there was no training. I think we got like 1 or 2 jumps training, and then it was just
Yeah.
like close your eyes and fucking hit it. There was a full just like a we're gonna catch you, don't worry, death gap.
They built a gap with a circus net, like gap. So if you did want to stop and fall off, they said you won't die, but you're gonna fall 2 stories into a net.
And a snowboard chick landed in the net.
I remember that.
Couldn't tell you who. Yeah.
So yeah, ice or air is a pretty special time. Like, yeah, there's no stadium shit in 2006 like this.
No, that was the first of its kind for sure. Gnarly as fuck, man. People
No
are
thanks.
eating shit. Yeah, it's no good.
And they
Sweden
put like
always
wood
put on a
stairs
nice
on
one.
the side. Like, well, hopefully we have Kaya on here one day and talk about this event because
The 2x4s that were just like drilled in. Yeah, not covered.
you could see them in the landing in that last shot. It was fucking retarded.
Bring it back, honestly. We need more gnarly shit.
What do we got? We got ice or airs. We
I
got
guess like one thing that's huge for you, and you breezed over it, like, but the amounts of injuries that you had through your career is insane for your accomplishments. And like, I was wondering how you bounced back from injury and what kind of lessons, if you had one, that it taught you, could you share with us?
When you have your first injury, you have this realization of what you could potentially lose, and it's the ability to go do what you love, to go ski. But when I was doing it, it was my love. It was also, like the joy of traveling, competing, skiing with my idols. It was also a career for me at that point. It was everything, right? It was everything encompassed into one. So I had to take that shit seriously. And I hired trainers, I hired physiotherapists, and it was like I took it seriously as a job. What I wish I did before was obviously like take care of my body better prior to that. Simple shit, just like eat healthier, be healthier, stretch more, simple things like that.
they're doing that now, TJ. Don't worry.
They are. Yeah, they're definitely doing it. So I don't know, all simple shit. It's all like pretty much, I wouldn't suggest anything insane. It's just like everything in moderation and like.
Really? You're going to suggest moderation?
Yeah. Like straight
I'm
up.
going to go fucking try to switch 14 tonight in front of a bunch of people.
No,
like,
God, no, not on
one time.
skis. I would never suggest moderation on skis, Iberg.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's what we're talking about, skiers, what they need to do. It's just fucking.
Or just fucking give her, bud. You'll be fine. Fucking Terry did it right before you. You landed fine, man. We'll go.
I wish Bibby was randomly on the internet.
Yeah, Bibby showed up. Like, you should invite him. He said earlier something to the extent of TJ being hurt before his first US Open or X Games gold medal or second gold medal.
Dude, get Bibbs on here. Bibbs' storytelling,
yeah, I want Bibby on.
Is unbeatable. Yeah.
So TJ,
like
one thing that we all have in common is this picture right here that I found on your Instagram. What's the history behind that for you? Anything?
No, I don't think so. Wait, do we share something about this?
No. Do you know the picture though?
Oh my God, you actually have a photo of this.
Do you know what the photo is of?
No idea. I just love it, dude. I thought that shit was the ultimate après photo.
It's a Quebec porno movie.
Bullshit.
No, Phil, read it to him. Pull the fucking thing up. I bought that for Phil like 10 years ago because I found it. I was like, this is awesome.
In English.
Oh la la, oh oui oui. At last in English, meet the snow bunnies from Quebec.
Let's go.
Well, Iberg gave me this as a present for my birthday one year, and I was genuinely stoked when I saw that picture on your Instagram yesterday. Just like, oh shit, he knows about the poster.
I had no idea about the poster or that it was a porno, but I can see it now. It makes sense.
Hell yeah. It's good stuff. Was Bibby on? Hoover?
No, I invited him. Bibby. Where you at, bud? He might be.
One more thing that you were a contributor of is the Charity Golf Invitational. Can you tell us about this, how this came about?
Yeah, that came about just, I was living in Whistler, and we lost a lot of fucking good friends. I mean, obviously you guys know that. And like our community, when it gets hit, it could be a friend from Sweden, it could be a friend from Argentina, it could be a friend from wherever. And like it's felt at home in Whistler when that friend from Argentina dies. And like obviously Sarah was the one that hit us like very close to home. And that one, like, you know, you still talk about it, you still think about it, still weighs heavy on the heart for sure.
Yeah.
She had passed away. I forget what date I forget how many, I think it was a year after, but the Sarah Burke Foundation had started and they were trying to raise money all year. They were trying to do all these things. And I remember Bushy was just talking about like, how can I raise more money? And I'm like, I know people love drinking and I know they love golfing. Let's just throw a big old party. And we did it. It was super successful. Fully booked it out. Had huge showings. Like it was absurd how many people, like our industry showed up. Ski community, mountain town culture showed up in Whistler and just like dropping cash, spending money at the course, giving for donations, and then buying up all the product that we'd get in. And I want to say we raised like over 35K that first year. The next year, we did for the High Fives Foundation. We had a good friend in Whistler that who got in a car crash. He became paraplegic. The other friend driving died, and we raised money with High Fives, raised money for people with disabilities, and got money there. And then we had another year. God, why am I forgetting? This is so bad. We raised a lot of money, and it was all for friends localized. Oh my gosh, of course. It was JP. He was the very first year. I'm terrible. We raised money for Alpine Initiatives, and then we did a college fund for his son. Because when JP died, his son was only like, I want to say like under a year old. And yeah, that was it. So help the homies out, man. We're all fucking, it's a small community, but we're tight as hell. And like I was saying, like when someone gets hurt halfway across the world, it's felt right at home. So that was just to help the homies out.
Big up, man. Very altruistic move. And like through all those years also that you were away from your crew and away from the roots, and then you brought it back, I bet that felt really good to be with your people and just celebrating like the passing, the life of someone, which is not a celebratory thing, but when you get together and it's a means of getting together and uplifting each other through that hard time, this is like the essence of it. So big up on that.
Well said, dude. Very well said, Phil. So many people, like after Sarah passed, started getting ready to hang it out for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
yeah, I remember.
Big up,
I remember that.
Sarah's fucking special. We're gonna do a whole show just on her where we have everyone just call in and tell a story.
That'll go hard.
I think it'll be fun as fuck. Also, that brings me to this point. If anyone that's watching has a good TJ story, because we're celebrating TJ tonight. So if you got something that you're like, man, this was an influence on you, feel free to chime in. I have a button. I think I can accept your calls. How Jake the Snake, a.k.a. Ross Jacob, a.k.a. Jake I called in earlier. But that's fun. Sometimes we get some fun people that randomly call in. And
like kind of scary, to be honest.
It is, but at the same time, it can be awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe no. Everyone else is scared to call you.
Yeah, there's some hilarious people on here, man. Our community's totally out of their minds. I love it.
What about like the Buero, one of your most notable contribution to the game, the grab, which I called bow and arrow before researching. And in this one video, you said it's a Buero. Is that correct?
Yo, you know who named that trick?
Who?
Turpin.
No way.
For sure, dude. Of course. Yeah, of course he did.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have a visual of
he
him
was the
being
one.
like, get it, bow, and arrow. Yes.
Dude, he straight up coached me into it. We were at WIS. I don't remember. It was all about truck drivers. And I must have been getting like a lean on it. And he's like, I don't even remember how it happened, but he named the trick. He made me do it. And he's like, do it like this and call it. This is what it's called. That's all fucking turp.
Well, big up Turpin. So many kids are asking about this trick. This and
Chris Turpin is like
things.
Chris Turpin is like the biggest sleeper fucking skier of our career, straight up.
Agreed.
Well said. Yep.
Fucking Turpin. I saw Yannick was on this bitch earlier.
Dude, Yannick,
fun people on
Yannick was a homie too. Hey, Phil, like Yannick got Bibby, you and I going at the first Masters, and like that was such a huge nod and like introduction for us into like pro shit. We got so many hands that like helped us guide our careers. It was huge. The community was so good to us. Also fucking tough too. There were some haters out there.
Haters.
There were some big old haters back then, man.
I want to hear it. I never heard a hater. Like, who could hate on a Vernon person?
No, it's easy to hate on the crew itself.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
We were pretty obnoxious.
I never heard such things, so you know, and I hear everything.
You do, yeah. I would say you do.
Yeah, that'd be wrong. Wrong information. Maybe it was a part of another crew that you hung out with. That might.
Yeah, possibly.
After all the reconstruction of your knees, are you still able to pull out the Schiller mute, or is that?
Oh, dog, she's mangled.
Yeah,
but I do like, you know, every year I'll do. Oh, that looks just like it hurts. Honestly.
Fuck yeah, Don.
These are good clips you're taking from the crate, by the way, Phil.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no, I'll dunk out some like super inverted flippy cork fives, blunt mute, lead mute, safety, inside safety, Japan. Like I'll try to do every single grab with like a super carb dumped out 5. I don't fuck with switch anymore. I blew my knee too many times going switch. Oh, this is one of my favorite of all time. I knocked myself out so fucking hard on this jump that night, like 5 jumps later. Woke up like an hour and a half later.
That's fucking nuts. So I'm going to ask you, what's your favorite segment you ever made in your life?
It's got to be 7 Sunny Days.
And that was MSP, right?
Yeah, that was that same movie we're watching right now.
How old are you?
Same clip.
What year is that?
Armada, Araj. It's probably 2007 or 8.
Fun.
Yeah.
That
was awesome.
One kid asked earlier, now that questions, what's the most money like that you ever won in a contest? I'm interested too.
Oh, I did one with Powell or last year, 2 years ago maybe. And I think I said 40K for a first place, but I think I was wrong. I think it was 30 Gravity Games.
More sense. I don't never remember anything that high when you got it.
I got called out on it, and I think I was wrong. Because I got called out on it.
What event was it that you thought it was?
Gravity Games. It was the last year of Gravity Games.
Okay. Yeah, who knows? Maybe there was some magic money in those random events where you're like, what the fuck is that? And then they'd be like, we have NBC and lots of money. You're like, all right.
Phil, what is this video you're watching right now?
Strike, No Films, the Andreas brother, John Hadley.
Yoon's video, yeah. That dude always had just like secret video footage of you. And you're like, when did you film that? How did you get that clip of me?
Epic. I'm gonna big up fucking Yoon and Andreas right now. If you guys can check out skifilm.no, man. They documented everything in the sport from Norway's point of view.
And Yoon was such a psycho, or John, like he taught himself how to paraski glide and was doing it at Yoon's event and like almost killing himself and then just filming and like committing to it. He was the definition of follow cam. Terrifying. Yeah.
He's an awesome human. John.
You guys are blowing my minds right now with some fucking OG shit here.
We got it, man. Like, think about it. We're fans, man. Fans of fucking TJ.
Yeah, so much, man.
I'm still fanning out on you, Phil. So keep your shit up. That was so dope seeing you at Hood this summer.
So good, man. Such a treat. Fuck yeah. Oh, that's Gravity Games right there, I think. Is that it? Or what event was this?
Yeah, that's it. And Dumont, I beat Dumont. They gave us all a free run. We were sharing rooms. I got back after the interviews and he'd thrown all my gear out the window. He was so pissed. And
Because
he
he
had his
lost
buddy
you.
because I beat him, and his buddy Gavin was like trying to fight me.
Because you
Interesting
beat him.
times. Interesting times.
Okay, I understand that you got haters, man. You got to quit winning, motherfucker. I didn't know what it was like to be on top. Yo, that's awesome.
That is kind of
like
awesome.
I wish we could do
We
that
cleaned-
stuff, but
We cleaned that one up. We were good. We were all good.
I'm sure you did.
Interesting times.
Just the idea, like it's fun, which I think no one really understands now too. Is there was such a competitive level, like even with friends with some people and not friends with some people. Like, and it was fun because it pushes you.
Well, so many people talk about it so differently, and like maybe I'm so jaded in my head, but I do like to think back then that it was like camaraderie at the top and homie shit and like supporting your friend dropping. I do like to tell myself that that's what it was like. I think that's
like
how
it
I
was.
was.
Like if I look from the outside, your crew always supports it. But
yeah, right.
You did have a unique crew. You had the one unique crew that like you're the only crew like what your other crew outside of Vernon that like had different like motive. Like it was a unique, different group of people. Like we can just go to the reality television show of Ice or Air of 2006. And if you look at that situation, no one else has ever been trying to make a reality TV show. I'm using it very vaguely as an idea for you. But the idea is no one ever had to deal with that shit. And in your crew, you had some unique cases that you had to pick and choose what scenarios were of how you eat it, where you eat it, who you eat it with.
Straight up.
Weird.
Straight up, dude.
I remember it. It was yesterday.
Strange times.
So, but that goes back to parents. I was telling Phil today because I was telling him in detail about these stories. And so I was like, with Phil, I was just like, like when you have to navigate that shit as a youth, because everyone in that circle had lots of money and lots of opportunity, you know, like I was like, fuck, you were grounded enough, and like it was obvious, because watch the path of everyone. And then the long term, 2022, what's going on? And like, like give thanks to your parents again.
Yeah. No, honestly, man. They're still fighting for us.
Shouts to a good friend of all three of us here, Riley Poor. TJ, you always came across as genuinely in it for the love. Love the sports. Love the sport. Love other friends. Love partying. And love you, bud. From Riley Poor. Shout out, Riley.
Love Riley, man. Love and miss him. I actually got to see him too this summer. It's like all these trips, man. I love that I'm still part of skiing, that I'm able to like make these connections again, time and time. I go to Hood, I see Phil, I see Sammy. I get to connect with our boy Riley again too. It's like the joy keeps going on. When am I going to see you next, Iberg? Last time I heard, I thought you were in Europe, and then you were in the East Coast, and then
no one saw me in Denmark ever. Maybe I saw a guy from New Schoolers that came through camping. I forgot. But then in Minnesota, it's been awesome. Tanner, Phil, and Henrik have all seen me while they're doing rails here. So they've been able to stop by random and high-five me. But other than that, I don't leave my house, man. Focus on some dogs and cats. Do this on Wednesdays. And then fucking do some music shit. So stay in my house and try to make dreams happen.
That's so awesome.
But I hope to see you soon, man. Like we were talking with Omar and Telfamar, we're like, man, we got to make just like a reunion shred. And so we were thinking I'm going to advocate this every show from here on out. I want to do it at a hill in Michigan where we can own it, get all lodges.
Michigan.
Yes, because we got the Schraubs there who run a hill. And then we got Omar or we got Telfamar. So we take over a whole hill. We just fucking, after they close in March, We fucking find lodging for everyone. Just say, hey, just fucking come. Like, we're going to turn
Get a
it
flight
off.
to Detroit, and we'll take care of you.
Well, it's on the other side. It'd be on the west side of Michigan. You know, Grand Rapids if you're American. But
Okay.
I don't know. People that that's my goal. I want to make a reunion happen. I always wanted to do it in Quebec, but I think maybe Michigan's better. I never skied Michigan before.
I mean, I'll follow you there. Isn't it all garbage hills? That's just snow
I mean, that's
or
the
dirt
joke.
packed on garbage.
That's the joke in Aspen Extreme, but I mean, that's the east side. That's Detroit.
Do you think we could get Boyd Easley to come back?
For sure we could. If we build it.
Okay.
We can make all this shit happen. Like, if all we gotta do is get lodging, because we could have cats and everyone just fucking dick around on snow for a week.
One thing we haven't touched on here is the pro model selection that TJ had here. How were you involved in the graphic design of these skis? Did you have any say at all?
Yeah, dude. We had ultimate say, and they're pretty wild. I had a interesting style choice back then. I remember
what inspired you for it?
I remember trying to be super incorporated with the fans. So these skis here that you've got the more like the reggae style, this is actually a guy that won via my Facebook. Like, I put out a contest to like essentially design TJ's pro model skis. And this guy won. This guy out of West Vancouver actually won for this. And I was able to give him like the first press pair out of it. That was super cool. Like, that was the fun shit that my pal Fergie Kankade kind of had like brains to do before this, Facebook shit was all like a thing. Getting your crew and your people involved. Outside of that, I think like the first pair, the blue pair, I think I just went online and found a dude that was doing some kind of cool, funky cartoon shit with a vibe I liked, reached out, hit him up. That was the first time I'd ever dropped in. Dragon was different. With Dragon, like, I think the first pair was, scroll down one more. Yeah, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And so I took all the colors from the intro shot of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and I got the in-house designer to do that shit. And that was my first one. I love that one. That was awesome. I tried to get a pair to Will Smith. Supposedly they got sent. I never heard back. And then it was just camo shit, because camo fucking rocks.
For real.
Yeah. And then good old Araj, color blocking. I don't think I had much of a say in the Araj stuff.
Boots.
Wait, you had a pro model boot?
Yeah, that was a Nordica. Pretty much an Ace of Spade, a little stiffer, better liner. And then it was kind of like a smoke clear black boot with a camo liner, because camo fucking rules. You know what? I still rock those boots. They weigh so much, it's insane. I just actually ordered a pair of Sammy's boot, the full tilt. It's the first one I'm going to try. I know you've been on it. I know you've been on it hard for like 15 years now, probably, Phil.
Full tilt doesn't exist.
Pardon me, K2.
K2.
Yeah.
Maybe you fucking tried to call and it missed. It doesn't like pop up like a normal phone call.
Shit.
Maybe
I guess we got some rapid fire question, and people's been asking some questions here, but here, TJ, for some rapid fire. Favorite skier?
Candide.
Best style?
Kusan. No. I love you, Kusan. It's Crichton.
Worst style?
Oh, fuck. Should I say it?
Yes.
I don't want to say it. No, I feel bad saying it. Do you think he'd hate me for it? I can't do it. No, I feel too bad. No, my heart's too big. I don't want to I don't want to show anyone.
Sorry for putting you on blast with it. Favorite video part?
It's got to be Tanner's 1242. It's Tanner's 1242. Oh, shit. I did it.
The one and only.
Hey.
What are you doing? You're hanging out in the garage too, I see.
I am, yeah.
Nice,
He's
man.
on the fire hall.
What?
shit.
Oh yeah, you are a fireman.
Hey,
Big things go on, Sir Smokes a lot.
yeah, I got the costume on. What's good, baby? Boy, sorry, I screwed that up a couple of times, and then we got tapped out. I heard someone texted me saying I was supposed to be on the phone with you guys, and yeah, I screwed it up.
Yeah, you didn't really like. We do this random show on Wednesday, and then I was like, man, we've been talking about you a bunch, and then we're like, how fun would it be to have Bibby here and fucking tell TJ stories because we've been poking because the whole show is about like celebrating TJ tonight.
Yeah, I know. I got to watch a whole bunch of it.
Wicked.
Yeah. Hey, Tommy.
Hey, Josh, man.
Yeah, Phil. Great to see you guys.
You as well.
Sir. So good to see you, man.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to pull up some.
fireman?
Hey.
Are you a Squamish fireman?
No, I'm in Vancouver.
Oh, that's big city fire trucks.
Yeah,
we're slowly bringing him back. He's on his way back here.
You don't need that big ladder in the fucking up in Squamish, eh?
Not as big as this one, I don't think.
No, that's got to get up high when those condos burn.
Yeah. I interrupted, though. What were you guys? I was trying to make the video work here.
No, what we're doing is I guess I'm making you come in to like either tell us a TJ story of something awesome about him because he always said you were, because I was asking him, I'm like, yo, did you ever lose to anyone before you blew up? And he said, Bibby was the guy I lost. You want to know something fun, TJ?
Yeah.
Have you ever scored a perfect score in a slope style run?
He has in moguls.
No, I said slope style, Josh.
I know,
but no. I don't think
you know
so.
Josh has?
No way, really?
Yeah, at the American Freestyle Tour at Big Bear in 2005. Josh scored 100
100
style. So I was still to tell that.
Josh, are these the Rory Silva days with the PRs?
Yeah, it was.
Oh yeah, I know those days.
I
remember that. I remember that trip.
Sir Smokes a lot, and then Rory's name was Chunkalung because he coughed and we every lap we did on the chairlift, everywhere we went, Breckenridge to Big Bear to somewhere Kurtwood or something. The only time we had pre-rolled 16 joints, and we'd say that's how many runs we're taking today. And then we'd take a run joint, and then
that's pretty incredible.
That was a hazy trip.
Yeah, and then you got 100. So whatever. You got to maybe do 16 a day from now on. I don't know how the fire hall would feel about that, but
probably not. No, yeah, I beat TJ at every contest till we went to the U.S. Open, and I think he beat me at every single one after that.
awesome.
You're just warming me up.
Counted.
Yeah, you were all the ones that counted. I was like, fucking Christ. Used to beat this guy.
And then he just wild. Baby, do you have any fun stories for us of TJ, of why he's epic?
Oh, yeah. I don't know, you guys covered probably a lot already.
Maybe, but it's just personal, you know? Like, why is TJ, like, because to me, like, he has a lot of, like, from the sports side, like, he has a lot of reasons why he's awesome for the sport, what he brought to the sport, and what he did. But as a friend, that was best friends, connected to the hip since age 13, quote, quote, how do you see, like, what do you see as fucking TJ's thing? Because you have the best opinion of everyone on this screen right now. Like, what did you see that TJ brought to the sport? And this?
Oh, man. Well, TJ just kind of has a natural love for it, and he's just a real good fucking guy. So that never changed. And then seeing him, when he would be in these contests and everything like that, like, he'd be zoned in, but you could still talk to him and everything like that. Like, he's still the same guy, but he had this switch that every time that it mattered and it was the most pressure, it wasn't a problem for him. It didn't seem like that anyway.
Yeah.
So that was really cool to just be, well, around him and to see that. Proud to be his friend, you know? And, like, to deliver when it mattered, like, that much, that many times.
And now we got daughters in the same grade.
Now I got daughters in the same grade.
Big up,
we're just trapped together for life now.
Yeah, locked it in. But yeah, it's definitely.
What was it like from your angle, Bibby, when TJ fucking had his big day at the Open? Like, you guys went down there together, right?
Yeah, we did. We didn't expect that at all.
pretty much. Yeah, we rolled down. We did our test early at school and cruised down and figured we'll if we make finals, we're pumped. And then TJ won, right? And then got second in big air, and then I was top 10s or whatever, and it was like mind blowing. Like, we had no idea that was even no chance. Did we think that was going to happen?
Did you guys go back to Vernon as rock stars at your high school?
We were done high school.
Did we even go back for like?
We didn't go back.
I can't even remember.
No, we went. We went back.
We were skiing Whistler, probably.
Yeah, we had those Canada West passes. We ski moguls to make sure we could get the passes that gave us like free day tickets to Whistler. And then TJ went on a couple trips after, and then I went straight to Whistler, and I told my parents I was staying with a friend, but I just slept in my Honda Accord in the parking lot.
Bibby lived in his freezing ass Honda Accord.
Remember when you came and visited me for that sweet trip there, Tom?
Yeah, that sweet trip that I thought we were staying at Sam's place, but we slept in the fucking parking lot. I mean, we got powder, and we had to rip the bong till like 2 a.m. to try to sleep, but
just to know yourself.
You can only sleep for a couple hours at a time because it gets too cold. Turn the car on.
Yeah, it fucking went.
Yeah.
Fucking baby.
No, it was awesome. TJ and I have had a lot of good times together, and nothing's changed. So it's always pretty unreal that way. And like I heard TJ mention before, like there was a lot of time on the winters. We'll be on different schedules. But yeah, it's not like we've ever missed a beat, you know? So
yeah.
Doesn't look like it. That's fucking awesome.
There we go.
Hell yeah, baby. Well, Bibby, we gotta fucking sit down and talk with you sometime. I gotta call you in real life.
Yeah, Bibby's gonna have his show. People that are not familiar, you will get familiarized when we put Bibby on here. But big up, Bibby. It's good to see you, man. Thanks for jumping in.
Yeah. Smokes a lot. Fucking, we'll link soon.
I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for having me.
Okay.
I'll be watching.
Peace.
Okay, later.
Oh, I know how to do it. Ciao. I'm learning my skills of doing that.
Are you watching Sir Smokes a lot right now?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. That's who Bibby was the whole tour. That was that guy.
I want to talk to Samson.
Fly me to the moon like that.
Gotta throw it all down and get lifted. Love that shit.
Hell yeah.
Shit. My phone is blowing up. People are watching this. That's hilarious.
That's fun. See how fun it is when people call in, man? It's not scary. It's Bibby.
No, I mean, that's Bibbs, man. I talk to him like every other day.
That's who calls in. We had like, it's just, that's why it's fun. Like if we can get this vibe, but like that's our goal. That's why we're low. We don't care. We just call our friend. We hype it, but we hype it what?
I wish you gave me a heads up on the fucking 40 ounce. That's Mammoth days.
It is. That country
that's
40,
classic Iberg, dude. Iberg just sipping the 40, smoking a blunt.
I tried to make sure it didn't change for you. Hasn't changed.
Yeah, no.
Except I do go in the garage now for the show. I'm not really in the garage ever anymore.
Well, no, I mean, you got the quiver. I'd be sitting with that backdrop too if I had it. I still got the Air 5s. I got those chilling. I got the U.S. Open Air 5s.
I think of those.
And I got
the view a lot.
And I got the orange Air 5 still. I don't know where any of my JJs went. And I got a pair of Dolos, and I wasn't even on Armada, but I still got those.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
So you still do tricks? You done a Daffy lately?
No, I dump out 5s and like maybe a cork 3. We did a Soreback Ski Club this year with like my boy Reed Speedman and Bibby and like a bunch of local boys. It was just kind of embarrassing. Oh, Owen's got my JJs. There we go. Found out.
Epic. He's on here. Fuck yeah.
That dude's OG too. Vernon, stand up.
Strictly.
What's your favorite, most good feeling jump ever hit on film?
Probably a rodeo. Probably a dope ass rodeo. Phil, I'm gonna have to hit you up for like the content now that you've been able to dig up.
I got it all, dude. I got like I got it all: name, video segments, strike,
Makes a
line,
Google
gap,
Doc.
MSP. Got your
That's
promo. Oh, I can share
insane.
you the Google Doc. So
That's
you have
insane,
that.
dude. Good work.
Hell yeah.
I've
for
got
sure.
I've got 2 hard drives that I've had in my storage locker for years, man. I gotta go through them. I'm sure I've got some insane stuff there.
Hell yeah. We need to. I can be acquainted that task. I'd love to make a best of TJ Schiller and put it on the banging beats that I love.
Go
It
cop
would
it
be
up.
epic, man. A best of, you would murder.
When are you gonna make another? When are you gonna make another film, Iberg?
I'm working on some dog and cat movies. No, never.
Never. Just straight up. No.
No, I got other
Have you
stuff.
passed the torch to Phil yet?
No, they did it, man. Like everything. So, like, you ever notice?
Yeah.
Royalty, Playhouse, Dubsky, Tanner Movies, Idea, Nimbus, and then fucking Inspired put B&E and Phil and
Straight up.
on their things and Tanner on his thing. So that everyone's doing their shit. So the
The
whole
torch
idea
has
is
been
to build
passed.
the tree so it lasts forever and I don't have to deal with it no more.
I mean, I miss it. I think you should bring back Royalty 2.0 or something. I don't know.
I thought about it. The only thing I would ever do is like I saw.
And it's still got to be the soundtrack from Belly.
I agree with you. That'd be way. You know what? You know what'd be the epicest movie that should be done? Epicest that should be, and I'll say it out loud, is the Armada 20-year movie. Like, I'm gonna call them out right now. I mean, it's 20 years. You got Tanner Hall, Sammy Carl.
Is it actually 20? It's 20.
Phil Casabon, Henry Harlow. Keep naming.
You're literally
Wallace.
day one, Phil.
Yeah, this year is 20 year. I'm next year.
Oh my God. How old were you? 12? 13?
Yeah, I was 13 when JP. The only reason why I know is I got a poster of JP and he says, "Welcome to the team, 2003."
And it's his Oakley poster, right? Or is it Ars Armada?
Armada
That
poster of
is
him on a hip.
fucking epic.
Yeah, big
Oh, that's
thing
awesome.
for sure.
Yeah. Phil and Tanner, man, since day one. You still got guys on
Yeah.
since day one? Nuts.
Armada posted that happy birthday photo of him today doing the 5 blunt at Wendell's. It's just the best. It's the most iconic shot. It's my favorite one. On the Air 5, sunset, blood dripping on the tail, like so capped out. All the Oakley gear. Was that 1242? It was, for sure.
Yeah. And think about this, man. He's like fucking just getting amped right now.
Yeah. I
To
want
be
that
like, I'm gonna
poster.
kill it
I
in
need that
Twitter.
fucking poster. I remember seeing him and CR my first year up at Whistler, and they were hitting the High North Quarter Pipe, hiking the fuck out of the glacier, like going above and beyond the top of the glacier just to do one hits.
Yeah.
And it was, 5s and 9s, like as big as they could. And like we'd all just stop for sure. Just stop, post up, and watch.
There we go. Dope.
There we go. QPs.
Riley just mentioned this one.
Oh, LeBron.
This is a classic.
Yeah, sequence too. A sequence cover.
Were Empire gloves the best gloves ever?
I was never on Empire. I definitely ran them. I ran Trojan.
Oh yeah.
The Swiss crew, they made like golf gloves because I hated wearing gloves.
You were a no glove guy.
I still rarely rock gloves. But I'd get they'd make these like almost golf gloves, like super tiny, and I wear them like -20, -30 somehow.
Fun
I got
story.
my hands are fucked up.
You told me that on the glacier one year that you hated wearing gloves, and I looked up to you big, so I was like, "Damn, he's doing it. I'm gonna do it." And I grabbed mute and just like slid my hand up my ski and just ripped my finger open.
Do you know how many kids have probably done that because of you, TJ?
Yeah.
How many kids? Like you were the only guy who rode with no fucking gloves. Like I'd watch your segment and be like, "Yo, he's retarded," or whatever they say in 2020.
Try not to slide.
That's a fact.
Fucking nuts.
No, you probably should wear gloves. You probably should. It's honestly probably way better.
I think so, especially with super tweak mutes. So I don't know why, but like I've seen it a couple of times and some text messages that pop up. I don't know what people want me to ask, but like they love your tweaked mutes.
Oh God, I know. I was like, he said it. He finally said it.
Yeah. So I went like, yeah, because everyone remembers that. I'd call you broken ankles before Tanner broke his ankles. You know, like
Yeah.
it was not. I don't know what else to say, but
Yeah. Don't know what to tell. I think it was feet. I could just turn my feet a lot. I don't think I was actually tweaking like my body. It was more just moving my feet a lot. Couldn't tell you. Can't do it anymore. So oh, that actually looks so painful to do. Not just the landing.
yeah, it looked painful. I remember trying like on chairlifts to even think of what you do, and I tweak it. And I'm like, man, that hurts so much. It's like those ballet maneuvers that I could never do.
Yeah. I think I'm paying for it now, boys.
Likely.
Well, it paid off at that point for sure. Fucking big checks.
That was a lot of fun.
For real.
The hype was real.
Oh my. Yeah, that shit was insane. That moment is still ingrained in my brain. Thanks for the show you put on for us, man.
Of course.
I think we're at that part of the show where wrapping up here, being mindful of your time, and we give the opportunity to the people that come on to give flowers in their to the people, or one person or many, anybody you want to give flowers.
Oh, damn. I mean, kind of like what we touched on tonight, like that whole Silver Star Vernon crew growing up, and the families that made that happen, the coaches, our friends, and then straight up like Armada fam coming in, like O'Connell, it's like totally O'Connell, put me under his wing and fucking showing me the way and the ropes, and like all the friends I made and meeting all my idols that I got to ski with. Pretty crazy to think back and all that shit. Call them our friends and travel the world and do what we love. What a trip, right?
Biggest trip.
Yeah. Stupid life we lived. Stupid lives we lived.
Oh,
we have no idea. Yeah.
Did we
Much
miss
love,
anything?
boys. What's that?
I said, Phil, did we miss anything on our master list?
Shit, man, we could go on for days. TJ's so funny and done so much, but I think this is a good place to wrap it up. But if anybody is willing to jump on and tell us a good TJ story, then maybe the man's got another 2 minutes. He's not so scared anymore.
Or a question. Either way, TJ, I'll say it. Well,
I scared him off.
Like, man, I want to thank you, man. Like, it was a pleasure. It was like pleasure meeting you, fucking man. Like going back from U.S. Open, like the first night, like fucking buying you all these bottles, fucking hanging out, high fiving you this night, me and your whole crew. Mostly watching you as a fan after that, you know, because like I also want to say this for Armada, what TJ did. I didn't ever say this. When Armada launched, Tanner won X Games. Really big deal. 2003. All this stuff. Well, now it's 2004, and we have TJ and Greta who come out that no one's ever heard of. And when you have
Greta.
So to make it look like Armada knew what the future was, that was because of your ability and Greta's ability and like all this shit. It was a really, really big deal looking at the success of Armada, because like Tanner was guaranteed. He won 2 in a row already going there. You showed up. It showed that Armada's like, wow, we're what skiing will become. You know what I mean? So you two,
get out of here.
You did that weekend, man. You actually, the tagline that we created, what skiing will become, was true. Because what skiing was Tanner, JF, JP. It was already that. It already became that. So like, I want to big you up personally, because when I saw that, like, I don't know, it was a big deal for myself as what I did in Armada, and like seeing you bring that to the table. I was like, fuck, man. That's why I gave you, like, that's why that night I went and grabbed JF skis and handed them to you and said, go get it done. Other than the bottle of alcohol and shit. You know, like,
that means a lot.
We all knew. You know, it's like it was a passing of the torch. I gave you JF skis that night. And he's like, what the fuck are you doing, Iberg? And I'm like, man, I was going to go ski tomorrow. What are you doing? You're sleeping, right? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, word, let's go get the work done. So, like, it was a big deal for the whole team, for the company. Thank you for what you did, man, in the sport. And big up yourself on overcoming shit, and high five, man. I love you. Love what you did.
Love you guys.
A friend.
Thank you so much for having me on. That was awesome catching up and talking about some rad shit.
Yes, sir. You're the man. Thank you so much, TJ.
Peace, boys. We'll be talking soon.
We shall.
Have a good night, TJ. Peace.
Peace.
Boom, bomb. Next.com. Man, epic again. Epic again. We keep going.
Yo, y'all just witnessed
We
the
good.
man himself, dude. Well spoken at the end there, Iberg. I was left in awe by your speech there, and very true words. And the fucking man we got on. Anybody who was not familiar, go get familiarized. TJ Schiller.
Yeah, he's epic, man. Like everything he did for the sport, like it's a young age, and then last as long as he did. We talk with a lot of people that come into the sport, you included, coming in so young. But to actually like make a difference, not be a one-hit wonder, and then evolve after, is fucking gnarly, man. And anything you do, whether it's music, whether it's sport, to come out with a banger and then to be able to follow up with it somehow, man, it's a special, special being, especially as a youth doing that. So big up TJ again. Great show.
Hell yeah, thanks for joining us, people, on another fantastic episode of Giving Flowers. And remember, these flowers are not only due to people who amazing stunts, they should be given to your folks, your friends, your bro, your sister. Everybody around you deserves flowers before they go. So tell them how much they're worth.
Yeah, man. Do that every day, man. Next week, do we even know?
We don't know yet. It's always kind of a surprise party.
It is a surprise. So, yeah, whatever. Let us know. We'll find someone. We'll tell you about it. It'll be awesome next week, 9 p.m. East Coast time. We here keeping Phil and me up late. So, have a good night, guys. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Pleasure. Peace.
Peace, brother.